first day that I met you. Never dreamed that I ever could forget you. But black and white make a mess when it turns to gray. Sunlight came sweeping across the window. Rewind to this time when we were so close. Got me longing for yesterday. But Lord, you know me so well. I can be a little punk sometimes, but don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart like it's your home. Don't need no keys, I'm on my knees begging you please. I've gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees begging you please, Lord, don't leave me alone. Oh, 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 oh. Don't leave me alone. Through the tears, through the pain comes a new day. Blown away, still amazed you pursue me. Ain't no limit to the way you love. Lord, I need you like a heartbeat. Rock solid under my feet. And you're calling me up. Oh, 'cause you know me so well. And I can be a little punk sometimes. But don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart like it's your home. Don't need no keys, I'm on my knees begging you please. I gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees begging you please, Lord, don't leave me
I said you had me in your arms, but I fell through the grasp. And yet I had you in my heart, but I guess I relapsed. Like I'm living for the wrong reasons. Through the seasons, try to fall for you, but then they put me on blast. It's like I try to speak my mind because I know that I'm his. And yet I try to speak my mind, but it don't fly with them kids. Man, if I'm not talking about the newest Nikes or releases, they put the mute on me. I can't speak about my Jesus like I'm living for him. I'm slipping in sin, I turn around and make the amends. I try to fit in, I mess it up and stumble again. I'm taking this pen and writing everything so I remember just how sweet that it is. Yeah, man, I got issues, I can't even lie. My only saving grace is knowing I got you inside. I'm done with saving face, I don't got a thing to hide. So don't leave me alone, keep coming day and night.
Don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart, Lord, it's your home. Don't need no keys, I'm on my knees begging you please. I've gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees begging you please, Lord. I'm on my knees begging you please, Lord. Don't leave me alone. Oh, 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 oh. Don't leave me alone.
The song in my heart, the song in my soul, the song I was born to sing. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. I'll sing in the darkness, I'll laugh in the rain, rejoice in your love again. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. Your spirit brings me liberty. Your breath of life has set me free. The song in my heart, the song in my soul, the song I was born to sing. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. I'll sing in the darkness, I'll laugh in the rain, rejoice in your love again. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. Your spirit brings me liberty, your breath of life has set me free. Jesus, your love lifts me high, gives me reason to run this race with joy. This song within me, Lord, will bless your holy name. Jesus, I'll dance before your throne, bring this heavenly sound to you alone. This song within me, Lord, will bless your holy name. The song in my heart, the song in my soul, the song I was born to sing. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. I'll sing in the darkness, I'll laugh in the rain, rejoice in your love again. It's your song of freedom, now I'm free to dance again. Your spirit brings me liberty, your breath of life has set me free. Jesus, your love lifts me high, gives me reason to run this race with joy. This song within me, Lord, will bless your holy name. Jesus, I'll dance before your throne, bring this heavenly sound to you alone. This song within me, Lord, will bless your holy name. Bless your holy name. Will bless your holy name.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh,
My name is Jason Hollinger. I'm the preaching and community minister here at Lufkin Central, and we are grateful that you've joined us tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about the tree of life, and there's a lot to take away from this, and excited for you to be blessed by it. But before we get into that, let's spend a little bit of time in worship.
Now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. One day every tongue will confess you are God. One day every knee will bow. Still the greatest treasure remains for those who gladly choose you now. Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. One day every tongue will confess you are God. One day every knee will bow. Still the greatest treasure remains for those who gladly choose you now. Willingly we choose to surrender our lives. Willingly our knees will bow. With all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, we gladly choose you now. Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Jesus, hope of the nations. Jesus, comfort for all who mourn. You are the source of heaven's hope on earth. Jesus, light in the darkness. Jesus, truth in each circumstance. You are the source of heaven's light on earth. In history you lived and died. You broke the chains. You rose to life. You are the hope living in us. You are the rock in whom we trust. You are the light shining for all the world to see. You rose from the dead, conquering fear. Our Prince of Peace, drawing us near. Jesus, our hope, living for all who will receive. You are the hope living in us. You are the rock in whom we trust. You are the light shining for all the world to see. You rose from the dead, conquering fear. Our Prince of Peace, drawing us near. Jesus, our hope, living for all who will receive. Lord, we believe. Lord, we believe. Lord, we believe.
The story of the Bible begins in a garden where God and humans live together.
And the biblical authors want us to see this garden as a type of temple. The top is the most sacred place, the Holy of Holies, where God's presence is most intense.
And that's where we find the tree of life. So, what's this tree all about?
Well, it represents God's own life and creative power that is made available to others. In fact, God's first command is that humans eat from all of the trees, including this one.
So you're ingesting God's own life. That sounds intense.
Yeah, this meal transforms the one who eats it, or in the words of the story, it leads to eternal life.
Okay, but on the way to the tree of life, the humans have to pass by another tree called the tree of knowing good and bad.
And God says that eating from this tree will kill you.
How does it do that?
Well, it represents taking the authority to do what is good in your own eyes. And when humans do that,
It leads to broken relationships, violence, and death.
and so here's the thing. Both trees look beautiful, but one of them is a false tree of life.
And the humans take from this false tree of life.
And they're exiled from the garden for good.
Which raises the question, can anyone ever get back to the tree of life?
Well, later on in the story, we meet a man named Moses, and he encounters God in a desert tree on top of a mountain.
Oh, you mean the burning bush, where Moses is told that he's standing on holy ground.
Yeah, it's a plant on a mountain radiating with God's life and power, just like the tree of life.
And God tells Moses, bring your people up to this mountain so we can form a partnership.
And this partnership will force them to make a choice. Will they follow gods of their own making, or receive life from the true God?
And in this story, they give their allegiance to an idol.
And it's just the first of many. The story goes on to show generation after generation choosing gods of their own making. And these idols were usually placed on tall hills like beautiful trees. But they're false trees of life that lead the people into self-destruction, exile, and death.
It's like death's grip on us is too strong to resist. Is there any hope?
Well, let's turn now to the story of Jesus. He came to announce that God's eternal life was available once again through him.
So Jesus thinks of himself as the tree of life.
Yes, this is what he meant when he claimed to be the vine that brings God's life into the world.
And Jesus invited people to eat from him.
Yeah, he was inviting people to trust him and be transformed by his life. But Jesus also exposed how corrupt humans are, how much they love false trees of life. And so Jesus presented people with a new choice between life or death.
And this time, they don't just choose death. They also chose to attack the one who sustains all of life.
Yes, Jesus is led up to the top of a hill where he dies upon a tree. The cross is the sad and violent result of humanity's desire to do what is good in our own eyes.
The tree of life has been overcome by the power of death.
Well, it seemed that way. But Jesus said that he was a seed of God's life that would die in the ground, but then grow into a plant that would bear much fruit.
So to defeat death, Jesus went through it.
And now, this new tree of life stands before us all. We can eat from it, but it will mean passing through death like Jesus, allowing our old way of being human to die.
So that a new humanity can grow in its place.
Yes, Jesus said he is the vine and we are his branches. So not only do you eat from this tree, you're invited to become a part of it, helping produce its fruit so that his life and love can spread through us to others.
And so the story of the Bible ends in a new garden.
Which is also a kind of temple, with the tree of life at its center, providing healing and life forever to all who choose to eat from it.
There's so many times that you watch a movie, watch a television show, read a book, and you find this twist in the story that, after things start out good and they go bad, and then it has some difficulty, and then it comes back together and everything's great, right? Everything's good. A lot of times we look at those and you say, well, you know what? Only in Hollywood, only in fantasy land, or maybe only on the Hallmark Channel, right? But we look in those moments and we say, that's not reality. If you mess something up, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work out for you. But what we find in the tree of life and just in the garden in general and what took place and how the story developed, what we find is that very that very storyline becoming reality. Everything began in the presence of God, a relationship with God, of walking and talking with God in the garden. Then humanity made this choice to determine for themselves what was right and what was wrong. And there was accountability that took place with that. And then to come into this point where it seemed that all hope was lost, Jesus enters into the equation. And maybe where you are right now, you're stuck in that mode of all hope is lost, or you know someone who is stuck in that mode of all hope is lost. In Jesus, there is always hope. In Jesus, there is always that opportunity to make right what was once wrong and to live knowing that there's something greater. Pray that you have a blessed night tonight. Share that message of hope with someone, and share with them the opportunity to join us tomorrow morning, starting at 9:30 on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, on Boxcast channel through Chromecast, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, all those, lufkincentral.online.church. You can also find it on our website, lufkincentral.com. If you miss it live on our website. You can come back after 12 o'clock. You'll find it, the entire video there, but you'll also find it all the other places. And so we just pray that you're able to join us. And also tomorrow morning, we're going to have, during our worship time, a worship centered around the idea of communion and what communion is and what it means. And so excited to share that with you. And again, I pray that you're able to maybe reach out to someone, talk to them about that hope, but then also to share with them this message of the Jesus who offers us life. And hey, for tomorrow morning, you're on Facebook, do a Facebook watch party. And doing a Facebook watch party, what that does is all the friends on your friend list then see that video. So when you get the Central Church of Christ, check out Lufkin Central on Facebook.com. When you see that there, do that watch party. Share this message. Share what we're doing. Share what God is doing with your Facebook friends. More than anything, again, have a great night. God bless.